So you have a tree that hangs over your house, and your homeowner's insurance company just sent you a letter that says notice of intent to cancel. What do? You got 60 days according to the letter, and they're going to deny your policy and cancel it altogether if you don't do something quick. Hey, guess what? Fortunately, the law typically, not always, but typically is in your favor here. And if you do it right, you've got a very good chance of keeping the tree, keeping the house safe, and keeping your insurance policy and avoiding that headache of having to go and look for more. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you exactly what I do and exactly what my clients do. And we partner up on this and how you can emulate that and make sure to keep your tree, your house, and your homeowner's insurance policy safe and sound. Hey, I'm Matt Latham, Board Certified Master Arborist and tree expert here in Houston, Texas, and I have dealt with this hundreds of times at this point. I think what's happening is all of these major catastrophic storms are causing the insurance companies to get down there with a magnifying glass and say, hey, how can we mitigate liability and avoid paying out big dollars during these windstorm and hurricane events, etc. And so what they're doing is they're sending my clients and people who find me because of this, who become my clients, they're sending them letters with the intent to cancel. So let me tell you a little bit, first of all, about how the insurance companies work and how they operate, their governing entities, and what that means for you and your trees. So first of all, you've got multiple layers here. You've got federal level, you've got the state level. The federal level is the National American Insurance NAIC commissioners, National Association of Insurance Commissioners, and they oversee all of the states. And they basically provide model laws and regulations that many states adopt wholly or in part. And for example, one of those is what's called the Unfair Trade Practices Act. Now, this act specifically states that it is an unfair practice for an insurer to cancel a policy without providing a valid reason and proper notice as required by state law. Another one that they regulate is what's called the Duty of Good Faith Act. And now this states that an insurer must act in good faith and fair dealings with its policyholders, meaning that it cannot unreasonably withhold benefits, deny claims, or cancel policies without reasonable basis. And that reasonable basis is a very important word here, because here's the thing. I'm a board certified master arborist. Now I'm looking at the person and the tree. I'm not looking at the home as much, although that's an important factor too. When I look at the tree, I'm going to look at the health and the structure of it. And then as a secondary, I'm going to look at the aesthetics. We all want nice trees. So if you've got a strong tree and a healthy tree, and the insurance company comes in and says, you got to get rid of it, here's the thing. They're not tree experts. They're insurance experts. I'm a tree expert, and insurance companies hire me and people like me as a consulting arborist to go in and determine after big windstorm events whether a tree breaking and causing property damage was either negligence or an act of God. If it's an act of God, that means there's nothing anybody could have done. And fortunately, here in tree care, we have standards for how to trim trees, how to care for trees, and manage them properly. And so we go by the ANSI A300 standards. And so what will happen is I get the call, we come in, we determine the tree's fine, and yet they've got 60 days to cut all the limbs at the roof line. That's typically what the insurance company wants. They want them to cut it at the roof line, which I know is very bad for the tree and will actually set it up for future failure even more, make it more prone to failure. And so I know that's not in the policyholders, my client. That's not in their benefit. It's not in the insurer's benefit, and it's not good for the tree either. And so what we'll do is we'll actually take a look at it and determine whether or not it's a safe limb or a safe tree growing over the house. And if it is, what we'll do is we'll write a report on it. We'll get the proper documentation in place. We'll send that to the insurance company, and 9 times out of 10, actually 100 times for me out of 100, I've never had them come back because of that Duty of Good Faith Act and because of that Unfair Practices Act, Unfair Trade Practices Act. So there are a couple, actually many court cases that have codified this and have determined all the way up to the Supreme Court level that if a tree is safe up to ANSI A300 standards and it's being properly managed, the policy, the insurer cannot cancel the policy. It's not possible. It's actually unethical. That may be my subjective opinion, but it's most certainly illegal. And so here's the next steps: is number one, you've got a tree. You need to document it. Take a bunch of pictures. Have a board certified master arborist, preferably, or a registered consulting arborist through ASCA, or even just a certified arborist. Come take a look at the tree and determine whether the portions overhanging the roof are safe or not. If they are not, you need to do something about that. That's the right thing to do. Next thing is you want to get that report codified. Second, so you want to actually have them write an arborist report. And a good certified arborist, a good consulting arborist will know exactly what you're talking about and know exactly how to handle that. Second thing is you may want to consider getting an attorney, even just having a consultation and talking to them and letting them know that you are doing the reporting, collecting the proper documentation. They're going to help navigate you on this because, quite frankly, I'm just telling you my experience and what the law states. I am not an interpreter of the law. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a judge. But I'm just telling you what we've done and what's worked. But you definitely want to have good legal counsel on your side if it comes down to it. The next thing is you want to check your state's regulatory compliance. Now, I'm going to do something cool. I'm going to create a little file. I'll put a link down there in the I'll pin it to the description. And basically, if you send us your email, I'll send you this list of all the state insurance regulatory departments. That way you can check with them, go on Google, do a little research, make sure your attorney is involved in that as well. And you can really do a good job to make sure that what I'm saying is true based in your state too, because it does vary. So you want to make sure of that. And hey, do me a favor, like this video, share it with your friends. That really helps out the algorithms. If you want more great tree tips, feel free to subscribe. We'd love to have you with us. We're just starting out on this and we're going places. So we want to make sure to spread the word on how to care for trees properly, what to do in various legal situations, etc. And we can actually help you digitally too. If you've got this scenario going on, you think you've got a safe tree, hit us up on the web at arboristondemand.org. We can actually do a digital consultation, or you can even just send us pictures. We can diagnose it, determine whether it's a safe condition, with limitation, of course. If you've got a crazy decrepit tree, don't do that. Get a local guy to come in and put eyeballs on it. But under most circumstances, 85-90% of the time, we can help you out. If we need to send an arborist report, we can help you get that prepared and sent over to your insurance company as well. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Again, if you like this, like it. If you love it, love it. And if you think it's going to benefit somebody you know, share it with all your friends on social media. Thanks again. Until next time.